In the ever-evolving landscape of technology, artificial intelligence, AI, continues to leave its indelible mark in diverse domains, one of which is language translation. The rise of neural machine translation, NMT, has ushered in a new era of global communication, breaking down linguistic barriers and facilitating seamless interactions across the world. This article explores the transformative power of AI and NMT, shedding light on the journey that has taken us from rule-based translation to the sophisticated neural networks driving translation services today. The evolution of language translation. Language, the medium through which humans communicate, has always posed a significant challenge for cross-cultural interactions. Throughout history, various approaches have been employed to facilitate communication between speakers of different languages. Traditional methods included human translators, dictionaries, and rule-based machine translation systems. Early machine translation systems, known as rule-based machine translation, RBMT, relied on predefined linguistic rules and dictionaries to translate text from one language to another. These systems often produced translations that were stilted, awkward, and frequently inaccurate. The rigid adherence to predefined rules limited their effectiveness, especially when dealing with languages that exhibit substantial grammatical and structural variations. As technology advanced, so did the methods employed in language translation. Statistical machine translation, SMT, emerged as a significant improvement over RBMT. SMT relied on statistical models, which learned translation patterns from vast bilingual corpora. This approach led to more fluent and contextually accurate translations, significantly improving the quality of automated language translation. Despite the progress made with SMT, it had its limitations. It struggled with understanding nuances and context, leading to occasional mistranslations. This brought us to the next evolutionary step in language translation: neural machine translation. The rise of neural machine translation. Neural machine translation represents a paradigm shift in automated language translation. Instead of relying on predefined rules or statistical models, NMT leverages artificial neural networks to learn translation patterns directly from vast amounts of bilingual text data. These neural networks, inspired by the structure of the human brain, have the ability to understand the subtleties of language, capturing context, tone, and idiomatic expressions with a remarkable level of accuracy. The key innovation in NMT lies in its ability to consider entire sentences or even paragraphs as a whole, rather than breaking them down into isolated words or phrases. This holistic approach allows NMT systems to deliver translations that are not only linguistically accurate, but also contextually meaningful. One of the foundational techniques used in NMT is the recurrent neural network, RNN, and its more advanced variant, the long short-term memory, LSTM, network. These neural networks have proven highly effective in sequence-to-sequence tasks like language translation. RNNs and LSTMs take into account the previous words in a sentence when generating translations, enabling them to produce text that flows naturally, similar to how a human translator might work. In addition to RNNs, another key component of NMT is the attention mechanism. The attention mechanism enables the NMT system to focus on specific parts of the source sentence when generating the corresponding target sentence. This mimics the way humans pay attention to relevant information when translating, resulting in translations that better capture the nuances and intricacies of language. NMT models are typically trained on vast parallel corpora, consisting of source and target language pairs. The more data available, the better the models become at translating a wide range of content. This data-driven approach allows NMT systems to adapt and evolve, continually improving translation quality. The impact of NMT on language translation. The adoption of NMT has had a profound impact on language translation, breaking through various barriers that had previously hindered accurate and meaningful cross-lingual communication. Here are some of the significant impacts of NMT on language translation. 1. Improved translation quality. NMT has revolutionized translation quality. By considering the entire context of a sentence, NMT systems produce translations that are more accurate, coherent, and contextually relevant. Gone are the days of stilted and awkward translations that often left language users frustrated. 2. Faster. Translation. NMT systems can generate translations at a much faster pace compared to their predecessors. This speed is particularly crucial in scenarios where real-time translation is required, such as during live conferences, international business meetings, or online customer support. 3. Enhanced multilingual support. NMT has expanded the range of languages that can be effectively translated. With traditional methods, less widely spoken languages were often underserved due to a lack of available resources. NMT's data-driven approach enables the translation of a wider array of languages, contributing to linguistic diversity and inclusivity. 4. Personalization. NMT models can be fine-tuned to specific industries or domains, leading to domain-specific translation models. This level of personalization ensures that translations are not only accurate, but also aligned with the specialized terminology and context of a particular field, such as legal, medical, or technical translation. 5. Breaking down language barriers. One of the most significant impacts of NMT is its role in breaking down language barriers. International communication is now more accessible and inclusive, as people can engage in cross-cultural conversations without language acting as a barrier. NMT has bridged gaps between languages, enabling people from diverse linguistic backgrounds to connect and collaborate effectively. 6. Democratization of translation. NMT has made automated language translation more accessible to a wider audience. Translation services are no longer limited to large organizations with substantial budgets. Individuals, small businesses, and non-profit organizations can also benefit from high-quality translation services without incurring exorbitant costs. Challenges and limitations. While NMT has achieved remarkable advancements in the field of language translation, it is not without its challenges and limitations. 1. Resource-intensive training. The effectiveness of NMT models depends on the availability of vast amounts of parallel text data for training. For languages with limited digital content, this can be a significant obstacle, as creating a comprehensive training dataset can be time-consuming and resource-intensive. 2. Domain adaptation. While NMT models can be fine-tuned for specific domains, achieving the perfect domain adaptation remains a challenge. In some cases, the model may produce translations that are contextually accurate but not aligned with the specialized terminology or style of a particular field. 3. Ambiguity and context. NMT models, like their predecessors, still struggle with ambiguity and complex contextual interpretation. This is particularly evident in languages with intricate idiomatic expressions or languages that rely heavily on tone and intonation, which can change the meaning of a sentence. 4. Data privacy. The use of NMT may involve sharing sensitive or proprietary data with external service providers. This raises concerns about data privacy and the potential exposure of confidential information during the translation process. 5. Cultural nuances. NMT systems may not always capture the cultural nuances embedded in a language. Understanding the cultural context of a text can be crucial in certain translations, and NMT systems may lack the cultural awareness to do so effectively. The future of NMT in language translation. As technology continues to advance, the future of NMT in language translation holds great promise. Here are some key developments and trends to watch for. 1. Continued language expansion. NMT models will continue to expand their support for more languages. As datasets for less widely spoken languages grow, NMT will become increasingly inclusive, ensuring that speakers of these languages can benefit from high-quality translation services. 2. Enhanced multimodal translation. The future of NMT may see the integration of visual and auditory information for translation. This would enable NMT systems to translate not only written text, but also spoken language and visual content like images and videos. 3. Real-time and contextual translation. NMT will further improve real-time and contextual translation. Whether in the context of conversations, online content, or mobile applications, NMT systems will provide more accurate and contextually aware translations. 4. Advances in natural language processing. As advances in natural language processing, NLP, continue, NMT models will become more adept at understanding and generating human-like language. This means that the translations they produce will be increasingly indistinguishable from those created by human translators. 5. Ethical considerations. The ethical use of NMT will be a growing concern. It will be essential to address issues related to data privacy, copyright, and the responsible use of NMT in various industries and domains. Conclusion. In the world of language translation, the advent of neural machine translation has been nothing short of revolutionary. It has transcended the limitations of rule-based and statistical approaches, delivering translations that are not only accurate but also contextually meaningful. The impact of NMT extends far beyond mere words. It has fostered greater global communication and connected people across linguistic divides. Despite its challenges and limitations, the future of NMT and language translation looks promising. It holds the potential to further break down language barriers, enhance multicultural interactions, and bring the world closer together. As NMT continues to evolve and adapt, it will play an instrumental role in shaping a future where language is no longer a barrier, but a bridge to understanding and collaboration in an increasingly interconnected world.